Hello everyone and welcome to my General Hospital Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kristina's next move, Jocelyn's life-changing news. Special anniversary episode. General Hospital spoilers for the week of March 31st to April 4th suggest that Kristina Corinthos Davis must decide her next move, while Jocelyn Jacks receives life-changing news. A special anniversary episode is also planned, so here's what viewers should expect. In Toronto, Jason Morgan and Sonny Corinthos' confrontation with Salisky will come to a shocking end. Salisky can make a bad decision and die before he can reveal his client's name. Whatever the case, Sonny will believe there is still a way to follow Salisky's trail. Jason and Sonny will have to consider other options, but they will eventually return to Port Charles. Sonny will attend the Dr. Monica Quartermaine Cardiac Care Center's official opening ceremony. Laura Collins will give a speech dedicating this particular GH wing to Monica for her many efforts throughout the years. This cardiac care facility dedication will coincide with the show's 62nd anniversary episode on Tuesday, April 1st, so fans will undoubtedly want to tune in. Many familiar figures will join for the ceremony, which will celebrate Monica's impressive career. Of course, given Kristina's recent automobile wreck, we should address a far more severe issue. Kristina will find it difficult to accept what she sees as paramedics extract Rick Lansing and Elizabeth Baldwin from the automobile. Kristina would eventually realize she tampered with Rick's brakes rather than Ava Jerome's, as she had intended. Kristina will have to find out what to do as she spins out and grapples with the heavy remorse of her mistake. Kristina may be tempted to confess, but this could change once she realizes how angry Molly Lansing Davis is. It's easy to image Molly pouring herself into Kristina's arms for comfort, while Kristina stands there overcome with regret. Kristina may understand that telling the truth could end her relationship with Molly for good. That may persuade Kristina to remain silent, however she may come clean to Lucky Spencer if he grills her. Speaking of Lucky, he will experience some difficult feelings as he awaits updates on Elizabeth's condition. The crash will cause injuries to both Liz and Rick, but Rick appears to be in worse health. Molly should rely not only on Kristina and Alexis Davis, but also on Cody Bell for comfort. This could improve Cody and Molly's bond as they go into a romantic relationship. Other General Hospital teasers indicate that Drew Quartermaine will face some disappointment. Drew is likely to resent Ezra Boyle for betraying him if the Quartermaine crypt is not destroyed after all. Drew and Curtis Ashford will later make further charges against each other as their feud heats up. Will that interfere with Kai Taylor and Trina Robinson's romantic time together? Regardless, Trina is ready to raise the alarm about Drew's latest proposal to Kai. Although Drew is willing to pay for the specialist and treatment that could allow Kai to play football again, Trina will not trust him. After Carly Spencer affirms that she agrees with Jack Brennan on anything, she will switch her attention to Jason. Carly understands that Jason does not approve of her connection with Brennan, but she does not want this hatred between them. Jason and Carly must find a way forward, and they will have an important discussion as they strive toward that goal. Sasha Gilmore Corbin will also speak with Jason about the baby to ensure they are on the same page about how to handle things. It will provide Jason and Sasha with bonding scenes, which may lead to love for these two in the future. While Sonny eats with Laura, Maxie Jones will nudge Lucas Jones in Marco's way. Maxie's timing will be ideal because Marco is going to arrive in Port Charles, likely for a job interview with Diane Miller. Marco should join Diane and Alexis Law Company, which will offer him a wonderful reason to stick there and see a lot more of Lucas. Marco will, however, be visiting Windmere soon. Marco appears to be Jen Sidwell's son with Natalia Ramirez, therefore he may share his father's evil side. Sidwell and Natalia are having a heated dispute, so Marco could become a subject of contention. Jocelyn plans to spend some additional time with Vaughn outside of the WSB training center. Jocelyn will face any final difficulties before learning her fate, so there's a significant probability she'll discover she's an official member of the WSB. Ava will next gather some startling information. When Ava discovers Rick's vehicle was damaged, she may conclude Kristina had a reason to tamper with it, because it was in her parking place. According to General Hospital spoilers, Ava may gain significant influence and predict that Kristina will finally be put in her place. After Rick realized his brakes were not working, first responders arrived at the crash site. Kristina heard the sirens from her automobile and prayed aloud that they were not for Ava's vehicle. "Please don't let that be Ava," she said repeatedly. Kristina pulled over and walked to the scene of the accident, where she was surprised to see Rick bleeding severely from his head. Lucky arrived behind her in time to hear Kristina exclaim, "I don't understand. It was supposed to be Ava." "What do you mean it was supposed to be Ava?" Lucky inquired cautiously. Kristina, frantic, could barely hear him. "I saw it was her car. It was her car in that parking spot. I checked before I cut the brake lines," she complained. Lucky quickly urged Kristina to go back to Charlie's and enter through the back door. "As far as anyone knows, you've been doing inventory all day," Lucky informed her. Kristina took a few seconds to think about it before running. Lucky was alone when he witnessed the paramedics bring Elizabeth out of the automobile on a stretcher. He ran towards her, but the cops stopped him. Lucas examined Rick at GH and determined that he had extensive internal bleeding and required emergent surgery. Isaiah worked on Liz and instructed Lucky to get out of the way. When Molly and Kristina arrived, Lucky informed her that Rick and Kristina were being assessed but were in bad shape. The women were astonished to learn Liz had also been in the car. Molly ran into Cody at Charlie's and reminded him about punching Lucky and ending up in jail the last time he was there. Cody said that he wasn't proud of the episode, but Mac insisted on meeting for beers, so Cody waited for his father. When Mac arrived, he was relieved to discover that Cody had not gotten into any bar fights. Molly remained in the bar as Mac and Cody got a table. Kristina soon came and attempted to keep her cool as Molly made small talk. Kristina kept her cool when Mac invited the Davis sisters to join him and Cody for a drink. Before Molly could relax, she received a call about her father's accident and went to GH, accompanied by Cody and Kristina. Alexis stepped in on Drew's appointment with Kai. Drew moved into the hallway to answer the call. Boyle was on the other end, telling Drew that there was a situation at the Quartermains. "Get it done. I don't care how you do it," Drew commanded. Kai left as Drew returned to his office, allowing Drew to inform Alexis that Willow and her children were moving in with him. Alexis immediately informed Drew that it was a mistake. She believed it was too much change for Scout in such a short period of time. "Drew, you can't just change out a family like you would a tie if you find the right one," Alexis reasoned, but Drew didn't care. He was confident that Willow and her children would be exactly what Scout needed. Drew informed Alexis that he was not asking for her approval. Willow, Wiley, and Amelia were settling in with him, and that was that. "These living arrangements? They're happening," he stated. Just then, Kristina called to inform Alexis of Rick's accident, so Alexis raced to the hospital to be with her daughters. Ava and Alexis arrived at GH at the same moment, but Molly did not have any updates for them. Isaiah asked to talk with Lucky in private. Elizabeth was going to be well, but she had a broken leg that required surgery. Alexis then approached Ava and informed her that she needed to go since she was disturbing her girls. Lucas finally got an update on Rick. He was stable for the time being, but physicians were doing all possible to ensure his survival. Lucky sat by Elizabeth's bedside, telling her he still loved her after all these years. Liz suddenly opened her eyes. Anna removed Emma's chains and arrested her before driving her to the PCPD. The sheriff then attempted to arrest Tracy, but Yuri stepped in front of her as Tracy ordered the men to leave. Trina turned on the camera again so Tracy could deliver a passionate speech. "Good people of Port Charles. My father, my mother, and my brother are all laid to rest here after spending an entire lifetime dedicated to this community. This is their final sanctuary," the woman stated. She attributed everything that was happening to Congressman Cutthroat Kane. Boyle remained unmoved and ordered the cops to arrest Tracy and Yuri. They even lifted Tracy off the ground while Trina live-streamed the entire incident. Diane quickly arrived with a cease and desist order, releasing Tracy and Yuri. Boyle inquired as to whose authority the order was issued. "Dr. Monica Quartermain," Diane responded. Boyle reviewed the order and certified it legitimate, so Tracy, Yuri, and everyone else left. Trina was still present when Kai stopped over to tell her how much he appreciated her live stream. "Edgy stuff," he explained. Boyle subsequently arrived at Drew's office with awful news. He was unable to demolish Drew's family crypt, disrupting the final resting place of Drew's father, grandparents, and son. "The crypt isn't going anywhere, and your days of being a quartermain are over. Moving forward, you are legally obligated to use the name Drew Kane. He told you. How the hell did Tracy manage that? An enraged Drew demanded. Oh, Tracy didn't. Monica did, Boyle said. Anna brought Emma into her office and informed her she didn't recognize her anymore. Emma said it was because she had grown up. She was a college student currently leading her own life. I've got freedom to push the boundaries, to break some rules, and to make some mistakes, Emma told me. Emma was in tears. I was to do some good in this world, and a huge part of that is standing up and fighting for the things that I believe in, she said later. Anna continued to insist that the Quartermain crypt was not her problem, but Emma was taken aback by her grandmother's statement. Do you not spend every single day of your life dedicated to helping people and making sure that they are safe? She said with a smile. Anna agreed that she did really aid others. The difference was that she did it legitimately, whereas Emma had broken the law. Emma reasoned that breaking the law was sometimes the only way to garner attention. It's very easy to believe at your age that you can save everyone who needs saving, but that's not necessarily the case, Anna reminded me. Emma then astonished Anna by admitting she cared about the crypt because of her mother. Emma stated that Robin had always told her the narrative about Edward saving her life by forgoing a single dose of serum that may save her, but he eventually died. I am not going to watch a man who made that sacrifice for me have his final resting place torn down like it's nothing but trash, Grandma, Emma said with tears. Anna said she understood, but Emma was not finished. She also wanted to safeguard Alan Quartermain, the man who cared for Robin after he informed her that she was HIV positive. Alan also inspired her to seek a profession in medicine. Anna finally understood why Emma cared so deeply about this subject. Mac went in and wanted to talk with Anna in the hallway. Emma may be trouble, but she's good trouble, Anna informed Mac. I don't think you'll feel the same way after you look at this, Mac said as he gave Anna a file. Anna returned to her office and stated, My newfound respect for you was certainly short-lived. When Tracy and Gio arrived, they interrupted the moment to inform Emma that her sacrifice was not in vain. Anna had to take Emma to jail nonetheless, now that she knew about her granddaughter's previous arrests. Sonny and Jason kept their weapons aimed on Selitsky. He stated he didn't know who hired him. Jason cocked his rifle, and Selitsky appeared to give in. He instructed Sonny to unlock a drawer, but the moment Sonny turned his back, Selitsky went after Jason. Jason managed to knock Selitsky to the ground, where he struck his head and died. Sonny and Jason were no closer to obtaining the information they sought than when they arrived. Jason gathered all of Selitsky's communication devices, hoping to locate something, but there were no assurances. On the plane home, Sonny expressed his belief that Selitsky's death was a warning to the person who hired him. Jason pointed out that the guy who employed Selitsky was simply going to recruit someone else. We just have to be ready for the next attack, Jason told us. Sonny also considered postponing his heart surgery, which Jason deemed a horrible idea. A lot of people expected this to happen sooner or later. According to General Hospital teasers, Cody and Lulu will likely hook up. General Hospital spoilers. Cody and Lulu hook up. Or, at the very least, the two of them will be embroiled in a love triangle with Molly. There is widespread conjecture that when Joe's secret is uncovered, Dante will mistakenly blame Lulu, and they will be separated for some time. Furthermore, both Lulu and Cody are unmarried, and given Cody's recent involvement in everyone's business, it only makes sense to finally offer the man a relationship so he has something to do. And because the writers want Cody to be prominent, they will most likely create a triangle between bad girl Lulu and nice girl Molly. At the very least, it is what everyone is wondering about right now. As many of our readers may expect, General Hospital fans had a lot to say about this potential development on social media. Some even said, I doubt it. If anything, it will be a triangle of BLQ, Lulu, and Dante. Chase will see that BLQ has unresolved feelings for Dante, and I believe Chase will leave the canvas. I would like to see Valentine and Lulu. I believe the actors have chemistry. Another fan commented, Lulu is too old. It's disgusting that Lucky and Lulu are engaged with the Davis sisters as a result of their excessive sorazing. They're a lot older than them and it's gross. I should write for this soap because I have a lot better ideas. General Hospital spoilers. What's really going on with Lulu? There was also the following comment. I do not want to see this happen at all. This is how the program screws up with Soaring with Molly. Suddenly, she's just 10 years younger than when she was 12 years old, while Dante was well into his 30s. This cannot happen. Of course, General Hospital fans will have to check back every day to see what happens next. According to General Hospital spoilers, this may be a very bad decision. There is widespread conjecture that Drew's actions may have killed Monica, who is heartbroken. Continue reading below for everything you need to know. General Hospital spoilers. Heartbroken Monica dies because of Drew. There is widespread belief that Monica will be so upset by Drew's actions against the family that she will be unable to bear it any longer, and will die of a broken heart. Of course, this will only make Drew more of a slimeball, as he will essentially murder his own mother. It remains to be seen whether he will become regretful as a result of this. As our readers may imagine, the internet had a lot to say about this potential tale. Some even remarked on social media, but if Monica dies right now of natural causes in the midst of everything, won't it be common sense to believe it was at least partly due to her depression over Drew? Another lover of the show said, I don't think that would be enough for Monica. I just think that having her legacy associated with this terrible guy is a slap in the face. Drew is literally nobody. General Hospital spoilers. What's next for Drew? There was also the following comment. I hope not. That might push me over the edge. Drew is not that essential to the family, and I'm tired of the writers making him into such a huge issue. Monica deserves to die peacefully in her sleep, and I want Tracy to be the one to find her because of the symbolism that would have for the legacies and veterans. It goes without saying that General Hospital viewers will have to tune in every day to find out what happens next. Tabiana Ali, a fan of General Hospital, shared a behind-the-scenes look at the show on March 27th. It's possible she accidentally revealed significant information. One day in the life of a soap actress. She captioned her fun-filled video. Girl, today was a hectic day. I had 2 shows to tape and a song to record. I barely had time to sit, but these are my favorite days, she told me. I love when things are little hectic. Did you notice the same part of Ali's post that we did? She needed to record a song. And why would she have to do that unless ding, ding, ding. We're having a nurses' ball this year. You'll recall that the popular variety program to aid AIDS research was cancelled in 2024. But once we get it, we have a great time. Remember Trina and Jocelyn's energetic performance of Maren Morris and Zed's The Middle in 2023? I can't wait to see what numbers are performed this time around. We can easily see the wicked Sidwell singing George Thorogood's Bad to the Bone, the stoic Jason ironically singing Feelings, and Carly tackling RuPaul's Don't Be Jealous of My Boogie. Perhaps Trina and Kai will even get to sing a love song? Suddenly from Xanadu? Perhaps she and Joss will pretend to fight over him, while performing their own version of Brandy and Monica's classic, The Boy Is Mine. Kristina's next move. Jocelyn's life-changing news. Special anniversary episode. Introduction. Soap operas thrive on drama, suspense, and unexpected twists, and General Hospital has mastered the art of keeping fans on the edge of their seats. In this special anniversary episode, 3 major storylines collide. Kristina Corinthos Davis makes a pivotal decision that could alter her future, Jocelyn Jacks receives shocking news that changes everything, and the residents of Port Charles reflect on the past while facing an uncertain future. As relationships are tested and secrets come to light, this episode promises to be one of the most explosive in recent memory. Kristina's next move. A crossroads in her life. Kristina Corinthos Davis has always been a complex character, torn between her loyalty to her family and her desire for independence. Recently, she has been at a crossroads, struggling with her career, her love life, and her place in the powerful Corinthos clan. Career dilemma. Law or activism. Kristina has been passionate about social justice and advocacy, but her father, Sonny Corinthos, has subtly, and sometimes not so subtly, pushed her toward a more stable career in law. With Molly's success as an attorney, Kristina feels the pressure to follow in her sister's footsteps. However, her heart lies in activism, particularly in LGBTQ+ rights and domestic violence awareness, a cause close to her due to her past with Kiefer Bauer. In this episode, Kristina receives an unexpected offer, a high-profile position with a national advocacy organization. The catch? It would require her to leave Port Charles. Will she choose stability and family? Or will she take a leap of faith and pursue her passion? Romantic complications. A love triangle reignites? Kristina's love life has been relatively quiet, but sparks may fly again with an old flame. Fans remember her tumultuous relationship with Parker from the perennials, and rumors swirl that Parker may return to Port Charles. Meanwhile, a new character, an idealistic journalist covering her advocacy work, could become a romantic wild card. If Kristina leaves town, will she go alone? Or will love convince her to stay? Family tensions. Sonny's reaction. Sonny Corinthos has always been protective of his children, but his overbearing nature has caused friction with Kristina before. If she decides to leave, how will he react? And how will Alexis, her fiercely independent mother, advise her? A heated confrontation between father and daughter seems inevitable, especially if Sonny tries to interfere. Jocelyn's life-changing news. A bombshell revelation. Jocelyn Jacks has been through a lot, losing Oscar, navigating college life, and dealing with the fallout from Dex's secrets. But nothing prepares her for the news she receives in this episode. A shocking diagnosis or an unexpected pregnancy. There are two possible directions for Jocelyn's storyline. Health crisis. Jocelyn may discover she has a serious medical condition, possibly linked to her past battles with illness. Given her mother Carly's history with Huntington's disease, this could be a devastating revelation. Pregnancy bombshell. Alternatively, Jocelyn could learn she's pregnant, possibly with Dex's baby. Given their complicated relationship and Dex's ties to Sonny's criminal world, this would create major drama. Either way, Jocelyn's life is about to change forever. How will Dex react? If Jocelyn is pregnant, Dex's reaction will be crucial. Will he step up, or will his dangerous connections force him to distance himself? And how will Carly and Jax respond to their daughter being entangled with a man linked to Sonny's organization? Carly's motherly instincts versus Jocelyn's independence. Carly has always been fiercely protective of her children, but Jocelyn is now an adult who wants to make her own choices. If Jocelyn keeps the baby, Carly may push for her to leave Port Charles to escape the mob influences. But will Jocelyn listen, or will she defy her mother just as Carly once defied her own parents? Special anniversary episode. A look back and a leap forward. As General Hospital celebrates another milestone, this episode will feature nostalgic callbacks, emotional reunions, and hints about the future. Flashbacks and legacy characters. Expect appearances from fan favorites, perhaps even a surprise return from a beloved character like Robin Scorpio or Lucky Spencer. Flashbacks will highlight pivotal moments in Port Charles history, tying into current storylines. A cliffhanger ending. No anniversary episode would be complete without a jaw-dropping cliffhanger. Possibilities include a major character collapsing, is someone dying? A surprise wedding or betrayal. The return of a presumed dead villain. Hello, Helena Cassadine. Conclusion. A turning point for Port Charles. This special anniversary episode is more than just a celebration. It's a game changer. Kristina's decision will redefine her path. Jocelyn's news will send shockwaves through her family, and the entire town will feel the impact. With emotional performances, unexpected twists, and the signature drama that has kept fans hooked for decades, this episode is must-see TV. Will Kristina leave Port Charles? Will Jocelyn embrace motherhood or face a health battle? And what other secrets will come to light? One thing is certain. After this episode, nothing in Port Charles will ever be the same. Lucky helps Kristina cover for her crime. A tale of loyalty, guilt, and consequences. Introduction. A fateful decision. Kristina never intended to commit a crime. It was an accident, a moment of panic, a split-second decision that spiraled out of control. But now the evidence points directly at her, and if discovered, she could lose everything. Her freedom, her reputation, her future. Desperate, she turns to the one person she trusts implicitly, Lucky. Lucky has always been Kristina's confidant, the one who stood by her through every hardship. But this is different. This isn't just keeping a secret. This is actively deceiving authorities, destroying evidence, and lying to everyone they care about. Helping Kristina means crossing a moral line, but refusing could mean losing her forever. What follows is a tense, emotionally charged journey as Lucky becomes entangled in Kristina's crime, navigating guilt, fear, and the ever-looming threat of exposure. Section 1. The crime. What did Kristina do? Before delving into Lucky's involvement, it's crucial to understand the crime itself. Kristina's actions could range from a tragic accident to a deliberate but justifiable act. Some possibilities include manslaughter. Perhaps Kristina was involved in a fatal car accident while distracted or under the influence. She fled the scene too terrified to face the consequences. Self-defense gone wrong. Maybe she was attacked and in the struggle killed her assailant. Fear of not being believed led her to hide the body. Financial crime. Embezzlement, fraud, or theft. Something that started small but escalated beyond her control. A crime of passion. In a moment of rage, she harmed someone she loved and now regrets it deeply. Regardless of the specifics, Kristina is now burdened with guilt and fear. She knows she should confess, but self-preservation kicks in. That's when she turns to Lucky. Section 2. Lucky's dilemma. Why help Kristina? Lucky isn't a criminal. They've never broken the law beyond minor infractions. So why would they agree to help Kristina bury such a dark secret? Several factors come into play. Unwavering loyalty. Lucky and Kristina share a deep bond. Perhaps they're siblings, childhood friends, or lovers. The thought of abandoning Kristina in her darkest hour is unthinkable. Fear of losing her. If Lucky refuses, Kristina might take drastic measures, fleeing, harming herself, or even turning herself in and facing a harsh sentence. Belief in Kristina's goodness. Lucky may rationalize that Kristina isn't a bad person. She made a terrible mistake and deserves a second chance. Mutual dependence. If Lucky has their own secrets, Kristina might subtly or overtly remind them of past favors, creating a sense of obligation. Despite these reasons, Lucky hesitates. They know this is wrong. But when Kristina looks at them with tear-filled eyes and whispers, "Please, I have no one else," Lucky caves. Section 3. The cover-up. How do they do it? The mechanics of the cover-up depend on the crime, but some common steps include destroying evidence, burning clothes, wiping fingerprints, disposing of murder weapons, or deleting digital trails, creating an alibi, fabricating witnesses, manipulating timestamps, or pretending they were together elsewhere, silencing witnesses. If someone saw something, Lucky might intimidate or bribe them into staying quiet, manipulating the investigation, feeding false leads to detectives or redirecting suspicion toward an innocent party. Each step tightens the knot of guilt around Lucky's conscience. They lie to friends, family, and authorities, their stomach churning with every false word. Section 4. The psychological toll. As days pass, the weight of their actions begins to crush both Kristina and Lucky. Paranoia. Every knock on the door, every sideways glance from a coworker, feels like an accusation. Guilt. Lucky wakes up in cold sweats, imagining the victim's face. Kristina jumps at sirens, convinced the police are coming for her. Strained relationship. The secret breeds tension. Kristina becomes erratic, snapping at Lucky for minor mistakes. Lucky resents her for dragging them into this mess. Moral deterioration. To maintain the lie, they must tell more lies, crossing lines they never imagined. Section 5. The breaking point. Eventually, something gives. Maybe. A witness comes forward. Someone saw Kristina near the crime scene. Forensic evidence surfaces. An overlooked clue links her to the act. Lucky can't take it anymore. The guilt becomes unbearable, and they consider confessing. Now their loyalty is tested like never before. Does Lucky continue protecting Kristina, even if it means going down with her? Or do they betray her to save themselves? Section 6. Possible endings. The truth comes out. Authorities uncover the crime, and both face consequences. Kristina is arrested, and Lucky is charged as an accomplice. Redemption through confession. Lucky convinces Kristina to turn herself in, hoping for leniency due to remorse. A life built on lies. They get away with it, but their relationship is forever poisoned by secrecy and mistrust. A sacrifice. Lucky takes the blame, letting Kristina go free, either out of love or because she manipulates them into it. Conclusion: the cost of loyalty. In the end, the story explores how far someone will go for the person they love, and whether that loyalty is a virtue or a weakness. Lucky's choice to help Kristina cover her crime changes both of them forever, proving that some secrets are too heavy to carry alone. Portia and Nina resort to drastic measures to take down Drew. In the high-stakes world of Port Charles, secrets, schemes, and power plays drive the lives of its residents. Among the many conflicts brewing, one has escalated to an all-out war, Portia Robinson and Nina Reeves joining forces against Drew Kane. The situation is complex, with emotional entanglements, past betrayals, and strategic maneuvering playing a crucial role in their quest to take Drew down. But what could have pushed these two women to such extreme lengths, and what are the potential consequences of their actions? The root of the conflict. Drew Kane has long been regarded as one of Port Charles's more level-headed and moral residents. However, in recent months, his increasing involvement in the power struggles at Aurora Media, his alliances, and his perceived threats to both Portia and Nina have made him an enemy worth targeting. Portia's anger toward Drew stems from his unwavering support for Curtis Ashford, her husband, despite their recent marital struggles. Drew has encouraged Curtis to reconnect with Jordan Ashford, something that has only fueled Portia's insecurities and fears of losing her marriage. On the other hand, Nina's vendetta against Drew has been brewing since her exposure for tipping off the SEC about Carly and Drew's insider trading deal. This revelation caused a ripple effect, leading to Drew's imprisonment and further alienating Nina from Sonny Corinthos and his family. Despite her attempts to mend fences, Drew has remained one of her most vocal critics, making it impossible for her to rebuild trust with Sonny and others in Port Charles. With both women feeling cornered and desperate, their only solution is to eliminate Drew as a formidable player in their lives. A devious alliance. Portia and Nina are unlikely allies, as their paths rarely intersect outside of social events and shared acquaintances. However, desperation makes strange bedfellows, and their mutual disdain for Drew brings them together. Initially, their conversations are passive, with Nina merely venting about Drew's meddling and Portia expressing frustration over his influence on Curtis. But soon a plan begins to take shape, one that will systematically dismantle Drew's reputation,